So we're going to get into the Straight Edge Society. It was like a villainous professional wrestling stable in WWE that appeared in SmackDown from November 27th, 2009 to September 3rd, 2010. Basically, the concept was that they're straight edge and promotes and provides discipline, primarily no smoking, drinking, or drugs. The group acted as a militant organisation. National people did do that, even those who also abstained from substance abuse. So new members were required to shave their heads to signify a new beginning. The founder and leader of the group was CM Punk, who followed straight edge lifestyle in real life. The members included Joey Mercury, Luke Gallows, and Serena. As of 2026, Punk remains employed for WWE and Serena Deebys with AEW. Formation: before they formed, CM Punk was a heel at feud with Jeff Hardy over the championship, WWE World Heavyweight Championship. While making allusions to Hardy's real-life drug usage, in the end, Punk retained his title in the Losers League WWE Steel Cage match, and Hardy left WWE. Formation of the stable began on November 27th. The episode of SmackDown where Punk formally mentally disabled and unresponsive Festus into a face and driven Luke Gallows, who explained that his friends got him hooked on prescription pain medication, which he explained to be was Festus. And then he also credited Punk to cleaning him up by showing him the way. And became Punk's main enforcer. Luke Gallows assisted Punk in his feud with R-Truth and Matt Hardy. A few weeks later, the two began shaving their heads at talented fans in the audience who wished to follow the straight edge lifestyle, demonstrating new beginnings to their lives. Before Punk was able to find a third person to convert, woman named Serena came out, the crowd begging to be saved by Punk, instead having security escort how he assisted Serena and shaved her head. Thereafter, Serena accompanied Punk and ran interference in his matches. Punk would interrupt many events in the attempt to recruit members, starting from the Royal Rumble in 2010, where he preached while eliminating Dolph Ziggler, Evan Bourne, GGG, Beth Phoenix, and Zack Ryder. He was ultimately eliminated from the speaking platform by Triple H, who had tried to convert previously, who had espoused that he to avoid drugs, smoke, and alcohol, but did not think it was right to be preaching like Punk was doing. It was revealed that Punk would be mentoring Darren Young, a South Beach party boy, in the first season of NXT. A few weeks later, Young became fascinated with the straight edge society and joined them. Only quickly changed his mind after finding out he had to shave his head, to basically join. The society began a feud with Rey Mysterio at Elimination Chamber pay-per-view events on February 21st, where Punk was eliminated by Mysterio in Elimination Chamber match for the World Heavyweight Championship. The feud intensified on an episode of SmackDown when Punk cost Punk a qualifying match. Mysterio cost Punk a qualifying match against Shelton Benjamin in Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania. The society then interrupted Mysterio's daughter's 9th birthday party, inciting Mysterio to challenge Punk to a match at WrestleMania, where if Mysterio lost, he would have to join them. At the event, Punk was defeated by Mysterio. A rematch at Extreme Rules was made, where Mysterio said if Punk lost, he would have to shave his head. However, Punk won the match with interference from Mysterio's fourth member, who concealed himself either a hood or mask. Thus, Punk kept his head from being shaved. On the following episode of SmackDown, after being assaulted by Mysterio, during a match with Luke Gallows against MVP, the two agreed to face each other at Over the Limit, in a match that combined stipulations of their previous two pay-per-view matches. At Over the Limit, Punk was defeated by Mysterio and ended up getting his head shaved after interference from Kane. To conceal his baldness, he began to wear a mask. Punk participated in the Fatal 4-Way match for Jack Swagger's World Heavyweight Championship that also featured eventual winner Rey Mysterio and Big Show. Near the end of the match, Kane interfered and took Punk from the ring, allegedly accusing him of injuring The Undertaker, causing Punk to lose the match. Punk injured his arm and left the building, resulting in no contest. After the ultimatum was sent by Kane to show Punk's innocence concerning his recent attack on The Undertaker, Serena showed security camera footage of herself breaking edge of by drinking at the bar with no man at the same night. The Undertaker had been attacked, only for the other society members to arrive on the scene and angrily trash the place. Despite facing expulsion from the society, Serena was forgiven by Punk after she told him she showed the video to protect him from Kane, promising to never break code again. The following week on SmackDown, CM Punk got into a verbal altercation with The Big Show with regards to the upcoming Money in the Bank pay-per-view and ladder match custom made for Big Show. Retaliating against the attack from the Straight Edge Society, Big Show chased Punk up the ladder and pulled his mask off, revealing his bald head. On the rest of the SmackDown, after the Mystery Man wrestled and lost to the Big Show, the Mystery Man's mask was pulled off and it turned out to be Joey Mercury. The next week on SmackDown, Punk berated the three other members, stating that they had nothing without him. This changed after Gallows lost to Big Show later in the night by disqualification after four members of the Straight Edge Society attacked Big Show and crushed his head repeatedly with the steel steps. Punk revealing that his arm had healed. Big Show then challenged all three members of the Straight Edge Society in a 3-on-1 handicap match at SummerSlam, which Big Show won. On the following episode of SmackDown, Serena and Gallows completed a tag team match against Big Show and Kelly, which they won. If Gallows and Serena had lost, they would have been kicked out of the society. After defeating JTG, Punk ordered the Straight Edge Society to assault Big Show during the match, with Gallows and Big Show defeating Gallows, showing signs of discontinuity with the Straight Edge Society. Later on in the night, WWE.com announced that Serena was released from her contract severing ties to the Straight Edge Society. After losing a handicap match to the Big Show, a visibly frustrated Punk executed a go to sleep on Gallows and left the ring. Gallows confronted Punk by saying that after defeating him later in the night, he would celebrate by having a beer. Punk went on to win the match, and Gallows was released from the company shortly thereafter, fully disbanding the society. And Punk moved to Raw months later, assumed leadership of the Nexus, which was then later renamed as the New Nexus in 2011. Obviously, they were only around for like a couple of times. For about a year or so, I think. Yeah, for about less than a year, actually. No, actually, yeah, a year. I thought it was a good idea going off CM Punk's real life feelings on like that kind of stuff. It did give him quite a good character that he can relate to. Obviously, this was also when he had his first World Heavyweight Championship just after that. Yeah, tell me what you think of his World Championship run before this, his feud with Jeff Hardy and the Society. This is just going to be a short one today. Just need to get one out, then I'll do more either Monday or Tuesday next week.